Hi guys! About 2 months ago I got about 30 Lithops and I showed them in my unboxing video, so I wanted to show you today how they're doing and also to show you some other Lithops that I have from previous year. If I have killed any succulents, that would be Lithops. But I must say that I'm not the only one responsible for serial murders of Lithops, because my cats really love to chew on them and carry them through the house. So now they cannot access them because they're in the plant room. But I still struggle to figure out the needs of these plants because they're kind of tricky. They can look perfectly well and then they drop dead a week later, or they can look terrible and they're just fine. They're producing new set of leaves. So what I can tell you about these new Lithops that I received 2 months ago, they have very rapidly started splitting. Very rapidly they lost an old pair of leaves, and almost all of them have finished splitting and finished drying up old leaves. I was actually surprised how fast the process went. I do have some Lithops from the previous year that I'm going to show you that either didn't split or are still in process of splitting, and it's going really slow. So let's take a look. I don't know if you remember these three little guys from unboxing video. They were kind of orangish color and they were super tiny. As soon as I planted them, they split and dried off the old pair of leaves. So actually this is a new set of leaves. The splitting happened pretty much in a matter of a few weeks, and the drying up of the old leaves happened in another 2 weeks. So it's been, I think, almost 3 weeks that they're like this, just growing. New pairs of leaves are a little bit bigger than the old pair of leaves, and I have started watering them because they don't really have any old leaves anymore. This one here is actually a new set of leaves. Old set of leaves already dried up. It's kind of pinkish color, really pretty, and it's bigger in size than the previous set. This one was completely closed up 2 months ago when I received it, and as you can see, it opened up. New pair of leaves is here, and this one is starting to dry up, so it's a little bit tricky watering this one because I'm watering usually this corner. This one is still splitting, and it was also completely closed when I got it, and it has really pretty pinkish purple color, so I really like these three guys. And then here I have two Lithops Cara Montana Bella. They were also ordered in addition to 30 Lithops that I bought from Cactus Specialties.com, and they were, I think, slightly open, but as you can see, they have completely opened up. New set of leaves is out and the old one is drying up, so they look pretty good. These guys here, two of them are new sets of leaves. They already lost old pair of leaves. It completely dried up. All of these, as you can see, are in a process of losing old sets of leaves, and they're all bigger than the original pair of leaves. So they're doing really good. I'm very happy with them. I think that this particular kind grows a little bit bigger. This guy here is called Lithops fulviceps lactinea. I actually received in November 2016, so he's about a year and a half old. When I received it, it was closed up and it had a first set of leaves produced last late spring, so that would be 2017, and as you can see, it's producing two sets of leaves now, but it's been going really slow. And I also have to say that unfortunately I have mistreated this guy because I have accidentally knocked it 3 times out of the pot and put it back, and the roots looked pretty brittle and dried up, but so I did spray a little bit with water top of the soil. I haven't been watering it for a while, and I'm hoping that it's gonna be alright. These two guys are from Pets Greenhouses in Chicago. I bought them about, I think, 3 months ago. They were partially open or just a little bit open, and as you can see they completely opened up and in a process of drying up old pair of leaves. They're not getting any water at the moment, so I'm waiting for them to dry the old leaves so I can start watering them. Interesting story about this one here. I had it in a pot where a lot of these guys that I got from Walmart actually this year dried up. I don't know why. They didn't become mush like last year. I had a lot of problem with overwatering them. But I don't know if it was too dry and they needed more water. A lot of them didn't produce any kids and just dried up, completely shrinked. There was 2 of these that were fine, very firm, producing new sets of leaves. And I wanted to, when I got pumice, to check their roots and just replace the soil. And I accidentally broke both lithops from their roots. So completely lost their roots. So that was about 2 weeks ago. And what I did with both of them, I put them on top of the water. And I didn't see that any of them are rooting. Actually, one died. This one I just stick in this pot where I just didn't have space for these guys and I was rooting them. So I just left it there, and it's been just 7 days, and I tried to pull it and it's not coming out. So this guy actually produced roots. I'm so excited about it. So I think it's gonna survive, and I love this color, like little brain. So hopefully it's gonna be okay. One thing that does worry me is that the old pair of leaves seems so big compared to the new pair of leaves. One thing interesting in regards to my experience with livingstones and lithops, the longest living livingstones and lithops that I had were actually in pots with other succulents, like cactuses or plants that just don't get water as often. And I don't know, it's very interesting. So I planted this lithop that I already gave up on because it had no roots, was not rooting above the water. And then I put it with other cactuses that were rooting, and this jade crassula plant, and it rooted like in 6 days. So I don't know, maybe they like help each other when they're like, when they have company. I have no idea, but I think might need to do that sometimes, practice and experiment planting lithops with some other plants and see if they're gonna do better like that. Okay, this guy here really reminds me to Cara Spontana Bella, but it's from a nursery from Chicago, not Ted's Greenhouses, but I think it's called Altman. These other 4 are from the order from Cactus Specialties, beginning of January. And as you can see, they have all produced new sets of leaves and dried up the old set of leaves. So I'm starting to water these guys, and this one is almost done with old leaves. This one is not even close to be done yet. This one split, I think it was almost completely closed, and it split and produced 2 sets of leaves. This one started splitting, it was completely closed up. This one was partially open. As you can see, it opened up, produced 2 pairs of leaves, and dried up the old ones, as you can see here. These also are new pairs of leaves, already dried up the old leaves, so they need now water. And then here I have Lithops dorothea with these really pretty, like a reddish, dark reddish markings. That one opened up, dried up the old leaves, so this is a new set of leaves, bigger than the previous one. The same thing happened with this one, and this one here. They already dried up the old leaves. This is a double pair here, double pair from this Odzanata lithop, very pretty. This one is also producing a double pair. You can't see it, but I can. This one is producing double pair as well. And they are pretty much the only 2 that have been left that were completely closed up and opened up, and are going a little bit slower than the other ones, and they're a little bit bigger than the other ones, but everybody else rapidly opened up and rapidly lost the old pair of leaves, just like this one here. So I want to share with you an interesting story about this guy. I ordered this about a year ago, so probably about February 2017, from a grower in Arizona. It's Leslie Vilbenica, and I love the color of this lithop. And it started splitting after I got it, and it took a few months, I think, completely to dry up the old leaves. So probably like late spring, and it was doing pretty good until like maybe late summer, fall. And then when I got it inside, it just completely became soft, kept shrinking, shrinking, shrinking. I couldn't touch any babies here, never split. And I mean, I was ready to toss it because it looks like it's dead. You know, it's nothing that's gonna come out of it. So in the last attempt to do something for this Lithop, I stick it in the water, and it's been in water for 7 days. So, and look at what happened. Look at these new roots that started growing, these little guys, and it became firm. It actually plumped up. I don't know if it's going to succeed to have kids, or I'm just prolonging its misery, but I think I'm going to now put it in the soil. I have a low pot ready temporarily for it, with pumice and a little bit of sand and soil. So we'll see, maybe it's gonna survive. And I almost forgot about these. I got a few of these sets from Lowe's, and they haven't really done anything. They haven't split. I don't think they have bloomed this fall. I haven't been watering them, but I think that they're really dry. I don't know how their roots are. They are firm. I can feel the babies underneath, but they're not splitting. So some of them are softer, like this one here, and some of them are firmer, like these big ones. So I don't know if these gonna survive or not. So hope you enjoyed my update on my Lithops, and I also wanted to recommend you one channel that I enjoy watching. It's an elderly gentleman that doesn't have a ton of subscribers, and he most of the year makes videos about vintage telephones and radios, but about half of the year he makes videos from his greenhouses or from Cactus Succulent shows, and he has the most amazing collection of Lithops and conophytums, so I would really recommend you check him out. His name is, channel name is Midget1, and it's really a joy seeing his living stones and Lithops. It's just beautiful. Thank you for watching. See you next time.